Alright, so let's start with some of the basics. Two cool things about her in this game is she has these cool VFX. Like this.
Dang, she's got big normals. Ooh, that sweep has a lot of range.
Regal purple.
Oh, that doesn't knock down? That's a lot of chip damage. That could be like a good keep out
She has
move.
really good range, as you'd imagine someone with magical long hair. And there's a couple normals I really wanted to talk about. First is forward 4, which kind of takes out of the page of the last game, and it's like kind of her main mid-range tool you want to even use to get in.
And that's a mid, right?
Yes. And it's pretty quick, but it has a really neat new follow-up. She jumps into the air, it's a low.
Dang, she's really
combo
tight.
starter, and she can actually control how far she goes. She can use close vision and actually land right in front of them. Far version. Or she could just do it by itself, go in for a throw. Go
That's a
for-
wrap.
Thank you. Go for this cool low. Or one of her block strings.
The animations are really nice.
The other normals is back 2, which leads into an overhead, and she can combo into it, or you can do back 2 by itself and actually be airborne. Let's go over the special moves. We'll start with the classic, the scream, the iconic, quintessential SINDEL.
Oh, it's not that fast
Still one of the
anymore.
best combo starters. It stuns. They can't hear anything for a while. She's gonna get a free hit. Kind of do it mid-range if you think they're off. You caught them sleeping, not blocking. Like I said, it's great hit confirm. It's
With
just
punish.
exactly.
I just
right.
throw it out all the time.
All the time. Then let's go over fireballs, which are always one of the most important kind of key things about her offense. She has high hairball, low hairball.
Which is in the moves list.
Yes, that's canonical. Hairball. And then air hairball.
What, she's an air fireball now too?
Straight, very quick fireball. It is not the downward arc it has previously done. You can do it really low to the ground and it's quick, and I think it's pretty effective. Look at that, I still got it. Her EX versions have some interesting properties. So, straight one will actually eat up fireballs. So if you use a bar meter or zoning war, you'll actually beat out their projectile. And the low ones are really neat. So she adds that little hair whip at the beginning, and up close, actually.
Oh, it's an
it will
attack
pop
up close.
Means in the corner, you can do cool stuff. Get a combo. Oh my gosh. There we go. Maybe I don't still have it.
I think you should.
Thank you. So it kind of, it's neat. It turns this pure zoning tool up close into an actual offensive tool.
So 2 different ways you can use it.
Exactly.
Both equally cool.
You can also use that with your mix-ups, which gets to the next tool, her cartwheel, the overhead, straight from MK9. If you EX it, it has armor, it's really good up close, it's great as a wake-up attack, you can use it after moves like this, you can mix it up with hello, or sweep, and a really fun down 3. Look at that.
So like for me when I play against you, you really have to be
It's a lot of
one
range.
of the moves.
Sindel's definitely going to be a strong character.
Overhead.
Exactly.
They look different, but you have to
Yeah.
really
She still looks like she gets rolled by Scorpion.
And then lastly, she has the classic levitate. She can float in the air, she can drop straight down. So like for example, you're trying to zone, we can use standing little fireballs to go under your hairball. Not very effective to remove low fireball when you're literally not touching the ground.
Right.
She can also cancel it, and she can do fun cancels. Like for example, she can do the back 2, the airborne, go under flight, and if you EX it,
Oh,
it's actually significantly
the flight
faster.
cancels.
And she has some true block strings that they won't be able to interrupt.
Yeah, she looks tight.
Now let's talk about how this can play into her cameo. I have chosen, oops, set it to all. I have chosen Serena, who we got a little taste of in the last trailer, but now we're actually going to show her moves. So her first attack is the blade. It's a very
That's a really fast projectile. Oh, it's a summon.
It's pretty quick. Then she also has Kia's blades. She goes full demon, throws multiple, they come back, and this actually leads into combos, so you can do fun stuff. You can turn that into a full combo.
That's like Jade's
Yes.
blade thing that goes forward, come back. I've been worrying.
She also has the demon up kick.
Another summon.
Great wake up attack. It's invincible. It's really quick.
Oh, so you
Also
can
uses
use
it as an anti-air.
cameos as wake ups.
And then lastly, she has a fourth move. Every cameo has at least 3, and some might have more, so she's one of those. Jakata's Curse. She
And that's
puts
an ambush
a rune on the
assist.
ground, and while the opponent is standing in it, let's set it to default. Liu Kang's meter is being drained.
Dang, and it takes away your meter really quick.
Yeah. This is an ambush move, which means you can do it while Sindel's doing other actions. So for example, while you have a combo going, you can summon her.
Oh, there's a lot of setups there.
Yeah, so you can imagine you can use that in the corner, in the middle of your combo.
Yeah, Serena's gonna be
out,
cheap.
Drain your meter, stuff like that. She could even do nasty stuff like drain your meter so you can't break a combo in the middle of your combo.
She's not gonna like breakers, right?
She does not, which is, let's maybe get into that a little bit more. So, let's go back to what we said earlier. Sindel has a couple of moves using the cameo system. So, Sindel in the lore, she's the queen. She has this commanding presence. She has, what the kids would say is whiz.
Oh, they would say that.
Thank you. And, she could use that to actually command her cameo and maybe more. So let's start with this buff move. Once you activate it, while it's active, cooldown will be significantly faster for your cameo. So you can see normally, this move's already pretty quick. Once she has this active, it's even quicker, and Serena, she is recovering so fast her cooldown, she could basically do that like almost in death mode. So you can turn what normally would be kind of a limited use move into something that you can just use almost like any other special move. Or some of the other ones, like Kia's Blaze, that have a pretty long cooldown, it's significantly faster when you have that active.
Now, she's
Damn.
up there.
Correct.
There is some there, yeah.
Correct. But once she gets going, her cameo use is substantially better. There's also an EX version with a really interesting twist. When she EX it, she's now commanding the opponent's cameo, and if the opponent tries to break,
Ooh.
instead. So let's show that again. I have the move active. Opponent goes for a breaker. You can see Sonya actually is like, gets the little head and, oh my god, I'm confused. And your breaker is not just disabled. Once you get that stun, they popped up and Sindel gets a full reset.
Got it.
No
Yeah.
breakers allowed.
Couple ways to avoid them. Seems
Yes.
like for her.
There's also another really interesting
Damn, another thing?
So for this one, Sindel can take control of an opponent's cameo and stun them. So for example, I will call it out, and Sonya is actually dizzy. Sindel, in the
Ooh.
middle of doing this move, where she points, while the cameo's out, so you have to do it on a read. The cameo is stunned for this entire length of time, cannot be summoned.
Okay.
There's also an EX version. With this version, Sonya will leave the screen and I gain control of it.
What?
I actually get a free use of either of the cameo's moves of my choosing. So for example, I now have Square Wave. And that use of
you can
cameo,
pick any of them.
correct.
Not just
Any
the one
of
they were
Sonya's
doing.
moves. Right.
Got it.
I have control over it for a pretty good amount of time.
That's dope.
And it does not cost any kind of cooldown or anything. So you could actually do stuff like I could summon Sonya to start leg grab to go no combo, and then go into
Beat you with your own friend.
anti-air move to end the combo if I want. You could even use 3 cameo moves in one combo if you wanted to.
People are gonna have some fun in training mode on this one.
Yeah, it's really, really neat. And it's something that's gonna, you know, how effective and the way you use it's gonna
Yeah.
depend on what the opponent's cameo is.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
Do we want to do Fatal Blow? Is that
I
all?
think that's the best way we can finish, right?
Let's do it.
Yeah, SINDEL. Look, still, despite everything that I just saw, Scorpion's still the best. Sorry. You're not going to get that shit on the screen. Oh, you about to try to snap your fingers and point? No, teleport.
Yeah, the leg
Spear. Hellfire.
Yeah,
that's
it's definitely amongst the most brutal in the game, I think.
pretty bad.
But versus everybody else,
Good bad.
you got to hold that shit.
Cool. You want to move on to Ray?
I think so.
Again, as we were talking about SINDEL, who's Rain? Who plays Rain? What player plays it?
I think Rain's always been kind of a flashy character that appeals to people that like to hit buttons.
Yeah.
Rain's, though, quite a bit different in this game. Rain has traditionally been a ninja. In this game, in Liu Kang's new era, he's been completely reimagined as a mage. He's the high mage in Sindel's court, and his moveset has substantially changed. There will be little hints and fun nods to the previous versions of Rain, like you'd expect,
Right.
but he's going to be one of the more radically altered characters, and I think it's an interesting new take. So,
And like we've done in the new era, like all the characters will have, they're still someone who you know. There's still stuff that's
Right.
going to bring you back to them that you loved using when you were younger.
yes.
But they've definitely changed.
Yeah, he
So,
probably has like mostly new moves to go with his new role, like his new power set. It's pretty neat, so let's check it out.
let's do it.
So you'll notice right off the bat, he has a new weapon, which is his wizard staff. And he uses it in most of his normal attacks.
Damn.
He is definitely now much less of a physical fighter than he ever has been before. He is a very powerful mage, and he uses it in most of his attacks. A couple normals I really wanted to talk about. Like you can see even his sweep. Instead of using his foot, he literally uses his water staff. This is definitely
I love the kick up.
It's
Yeah, I like
so
that too.
good.
And you'll notice the water leaves the top, gets in there, and then comes back to the top.
Right, I absolutely love it. So let's start off with a couple normals I really want to show. His forward 2,
Yeah, his sweep doesn't have a lot of range.
1-3 is just like really good range mid, too quick. He's also got forward 3, which is an overhead, into a double overhead, and he gets a pop-up. That'll be one of his most important, I think.
That's like
Another normal I really want to show
Sub-Zero's
is
back
forward,
too.
which, even though he's no longer a ninja, he still has tremendous leg strength.
Right.
So strong that he can actually kick you across the world. Now this is an interesting one, because if you hold it, he gets a combo. And he can also cancel out of the hold to fake you out.
Okay.
Yeah, he kept his round or world
Pretty
kick.
good. And let's check out his throw, which is a nice nod to the classic water bubble. He goes in with you, and then you burst out. So you can see his normal attacks are very fresh and different. And I think the water effects are awesome. So you want to go into his special moves?
I think so.
So he has some really interesting zoning tools. I mean, some might even call him a premier zoner. And let's start with his straight projectile, which takes up a ton of real estate, is fairly swift, and has some interesting ways that you can change it. If you EX it,
You know, I'm thinking about the Scorpion teleport.
you can actually hold it down.
You're definitely getting hit by Scorpion teleport. You probably have to hold it with an assist on the screen.
So you can mix up doing the move,
Yeah.
doing different timings.
And also, that's good for dealing with flaws blocking people.
Keep the opponent guessing. When you have a projectile like that that takes up a ton of space, what's the one thing you know the opponent's going to try to do to beat it?
Teleport,
Jump.
armor.
Jump. And And that's not going to be super effective.
Oh yeah, jump in.
An anti-air system. And this has a very neat EX. It actually allows him to pop up for combos. So I think it's pretty cool. Again, it makes a full screen projectile become kind of an offensive tool up close. Now, one thing would be
He's got like Cetrion like
what
moves
happens
too.
if you're
Watch.
using projectiles against him, and he has water bubble. Where he's surrounded
Okay, water shield, Aquaman.
is going to be negated. He'll actually just be destroyed when it hits the water bubble. And this is something that you can set up.
And he can walk in and out of it. Yo.
Works as a shield.
Exactly. But if you EX it, it surrounds him and tries
What?
to hit him.
Kind of walk him down.
Exactly. So then you can go in, do his lows, do his overhead.
I like it too.
Stuff when he has the water shield on.
Gotcha.
Now, there's other ways you can get in. He could set these water portals, and he can set them anywhere he wants. And then he can actually warp through them. So you could do
That's
cool
dope.
stuff, like set one here, go in when you want to get out, warp back to where you were. Or, when you're in, you can set one, do some fun zoning, and then use this to get out.
Oh, you trick him?
And then you can go straight into combos, fun stuff like that. Now, once you've established that you're willing to teleport or throw out some of these fireballs, and the opponent's scared to move, you can start using the whirlpool. And he has close, medium, and far. These will go on the ground, and if the opponent walks into it, they get popped up for combos.
Thankfully, Scorpion's in the game.
Top of his staff and
Yes,
throw it down.
it is
Really
so cool looking. Another move he has is his Geyser. This is a pretty good advancing special. He can 2 and 1 into, and if he EX it has armor. So it's a good wake-up attack, a good way to be pressure.
Man, that's the Shinnok. Hell Sparks.
And I think it would be one of his best combo enders. And then lastly, one more awesome full range move that kind of shows the full extent of his power.
And that's a Cetrion. Hold down 4-1.
This is a move that he can actually
You can cancel? Hold it?
or cancel and just drop down.
He's doing that stance for his win pose in MK11 too.
Water ball, and was called it a fireball, and it's literally the opposite of that. Go into this, fake out the opponent, immediately drop down.
Yeah, that's
Set up-
cheap.
You can do all kind of stuff. Set up portals, be doing that Thunder God move, cancel it, go through the portal, just all kind of options full screen. I think he's going to be a really interesting character to kind of freeze them up full screen to get in and start doing his mix-ups. And speaking of the mix-ups, let's kind of show how he can use his cameo and go with that. I assigned him Striker because I think a cop teaming with a wizard is the exact kind of thing you'd see in Mortal Kombat, right? So the first thing I'll show with Striker is he has his grenade toss. Straight out of him.
Oh,
comes in.
that's an ambush
throws
assist.
grenades. They can either go low or high. And you can imagine, these are ambush moves, which means they can come out while Rain is doing his attacks. So you can do stuff. Like you're doing your straight water beam.
Alright.
He's doing his grenades. They can also aid you in combos. So you can do stuff like Striker also has a set of baton moves. He's got Cop Bop, where he comes in and does an overhead, and the classic baton sweep from MK3. So these are lows and overheads. So, great
Got access to
example.
both of them.
Yes.
Nice.
So, one thing you could do, you got your overhead, the opponent's stand blocking all the time because they don't want to get popped up. What am I supposed to do? Sweep them. You can also do this in a string. So in overhead, you can do overhead, low.
Oh, it's a summon
The
assist.
timing, they're like, oh, I'm one of these like Ninja Killer or Sonic people with good reflexes. I can fuzzy that. Then you start doing stuff like Cock Bob. Mix it up. So just from this 50-50, he can use Striker to have more 50-50s.
That's how you beat Sonic Fox.
That's the key. That's
Got it.
all you have to do.
Got
And
it.
like a famous football player once said, it's more than a 50-50.
Got it.
Lastly, Striker has one more move,
A famous football
which I
player.
think is probably my favorite.
My favorite thing is he used his sports reference.
Well, sort of.
Half and half.
Striker comes from behind and handcuffs you. And this gives you a reset. Then you get a bunch of advantage and you can go for a mix-up.
Okay.
So you get into your combos with a handcuff move, then go in and continue.
Boy, is that summon assist again?
Start a combo with your overhead, go into the handcuffs, and then make them guess low.
Got it.
It's super
That's
fun.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yep, summon assist.
So I think that's Green and Striker, and I maybe go into his Fatal Blow.
Let's take a look.
And I'll just say Striker is my favorite Fatal Blow.
Okay. All right, that was Rain.
Yep.
Very exciting. People get their hands on Rain soon. That'll be awesome.
He's definitely not washed up.
Nope. Some fresh moves to make your opponents salty.
Nice.
Let's move on. We're talking about General Shao now, a character that I'm very excited about as a lover of big, bruising characters.
Yep.
He's still big and bruising. He's just a general now.
He's just a general. He's not the Emperor.
Right.
He's got a new weapon, new moveset.
A bit of a stance character, but I wouldn't say in the same vein as like a Kenshi.
Right.
But definitely when he has axe in his hand, axe out of his hand. When it's out of his hand, be careful when you're near the axe. That's all I'm going to say.
Let's see.
Let's take a look at how he works. So, big thing, just to show, this is kind of the thesis statement, just swings for the fences.
He's a
right?
powerhouse.
This is back two, it has advantage. So
What?
attacking, don't want to push any buttons probably. Push
Yeah,
the
I was
buttons
just
there.
jabbing.
Don't do that, because you're going to get hit.
Right.
Great move there. This is a really quick, kind of almost get a little distance to it too. Like I can get you from there. Like really nice, kind of can lead in some combos.
Right.
Punishing move I like to use is this right here. Very fast, bounces them up. We can show some more stuff with that later, but obviously you can see there's some pathways with that move.
I also really like how his kick attacks are just either uses axe or he's just huge big boots.
Just like
Yeah,
standing
just-
big boot. And like a lot of people, I enjoy the two-player animation strings.
Right.
So he has this overhead, doesn't combo anything, but hit the throw button afterwards.
So good.
And he also has a low one as well. I'm sure we'll come back to those later as well.
Right.
Now let's talk about his special moves. His special move, the one that kind of encapsulates what he is Power Strike. He will just throw the axe on the ground, and there it is. You have about 7-8 seconds just to do stuff without the axe, right? You can also call it back. Good.
Okay.
Now, when it's on the ground, different strings. That's back one.
Nice.
He also, and I'll get the axe back after, of course, doing the command grab.
So all of his axe moves get replaced with different normal attacks.
Yes.
And some are faster, some have different reactions.
Right. So, and some change some of your other special moves. We'll get to that in a second.
Even his throw changes.
Yes, even his throw. So, here's his throw. While we're at it, let's just show the, Mataro as well. And then with the axe, he just bangs in the face with the axe.
Right.
Other specials he has. So you can huge without the meter burn. You got a full screen projectile. Now if you're close, you can. Sorry about that. You can do some of this.
Pops up. Nice.
Right. He has a buff. This makes your axe power do more damage. You can also
Okay.
EX that to get more time on it as well. Big move in his arsenal that also leads to a lot of crazy good damage is his armored monster, his knee.
He's kind of kind of makes me think of
Doomsday?
K3, like up shoulder, except now it's a knee.
Right, and you can throw that out a lot of places. Always there. But
Yeah, that makes sense.
you EX the knee, you get a free power slam. So you can do like that.
Damn.
Okay.
And then his axe is on the ground again.
Okay.
So that's how you rotate throughout the character, right? And now it's on the ground, now it's back to me. So then you can start doing really cool stuff like this into power slam, back into that.
Nice.
That's a pretty nice chunky combo.
And now you have the axe back.
Right. When the axe is on the ground, other cool things can happen. Power slam. Now, I have a ground pound.
Neat.
Now here's the interesting thing.
That's crazy.
When you are on the axe, it is an overhead line,
Okay.
which is kind of tough to block.
Yeah.
You can also, throw this down, do this.
And
Combo
that's
act.
like a quick recall.
Right. Yeah, so if you have it down, you also have a move where you can speed near it, and it's very fast slash.
Okay.
So a lot of really cool stuff you can do.
And he's clearly meant to be going in and out during
Yes.
the fight, in the middle of combos, getting it back at the end of combos.
Maybe recalling it if you want to.
Right.
Lots of stuff like that. But if you are, as my opponent, near the axe, there's a lot of stuff you need to think about.
Right. So it's almost like with the axe, you have kind of really good range, not the quickest moves. Without the axe, you're much quicker, and
Yes.
you can use it. Establish the axe on the screen, and you're going to have to respect it, and that's going to kind of open up your grabs, your mix-ups, stuff like that.
And it's super cool. You can also, he also, pick stuff out of the air and that sort of thing. I mean, the knee into power strike is huge.
Right.
Right. Really important. I'm sure I'm not missing anything. I do want to show some stuff with Motaro.
Okay.
So Motaro has a couple things you can use. Now, obviously, I'm a big guy. Projectiles might scare me.
Right.
Well, I can do this. I can pull them out, walk behind it. You don't want to be throwing projectiles.
That's so
That
good.
will reflect. And I'm walking it down with that.
I love that, that's a way to call back to his thick reflective skin from
Right.
MK3.
And now you're kind of, now you're losing speed. What do you do? Boom, you're
Nice.
He also has this turret you can do. We'll shoot 3 shots at you.
So you also was talking about that assist is ridiculous.
Now here's something that I've chosen Motaro with General Shao for a reason.
Okay.
Remember this move?
Yes.
Can't do a lot out of it.
Right.
He has this teleport, right?
Okay.
Maybe you can read a projectile, maybe not. But you can move around the battlefield quicker as
Right.
General Shao. But with this overhead, I can teleport and still
That's a
continue
true
a combo.
combo.
It's a true combo. So now you have to worry about this, and you have to worry about.
So teleport is ambush assist.
Like that's now in play.
Right.
So you can do the.
It looks
full-
way faster than Kung
full
Lao's.
thing too. You can do like.
What a cool example of one of my favorite things about the cameo system. It
Right.
allows you to break the rules and restrictions of your roster.
And I
character.
think that's why I love Shao so much, is that he breaks the rules also with the knee into power slam.
Right.
It's a special into a special, which Johnny can do too. Of course, he breaks that rule at times with his meter, with his height meter. But yeah, there's a lot of cool, fun, sort of breaking the meta of what Shao is, just so you can do with that.
And I think it's so neat about the cameo system. You kind of look at your play style, look at your character, and think, what are my weaknesses? What are the things I think I'm missing? And you can use your cameo to turn those weaknesses into strengths.
And for me, it's like if I'm so far away from people, just as a zoner, just even having this just to get me out of dodge, right?
Right.
Now I'm close again.
Now
and
you're
now
close.
now you don't want to beat. Let's show the. When you turn do.
Yeah,
the,
give yourself 1%.
We'll do that real quick. Show the fatal blow.
It's a real good one.
Drops it from the sky.
Oh, he's not horsing around.
Oh my god.
General Shao.
Pretty cool.
Super fun. I've had a really good time playing with them. Just a different style of fighting, different than you're used to for General Shao. So
Right.
it's been a really cool time.
Yeah, and I think it's really neat. We also showed Gear as having these big brute characters who you might think is like, oh, they're brain dead brawlers, whatever. And no, in this game, No, they're not. They're definitely, you know, really interesting, nuanced characters. It's really cool.
Or they can just swing an axe as hard as they want.
Or you could just do back to over and over again and do throws.
Right, and that's also
Right.
a fun way to play. So before we go, Derek's not here, and this hurts so bad. You know that, right? It's time for birthday shout-outs, everybody. I don't mind the birthday shout-outs. It's the horn, really. Here we go. You ready?
I am ready. I'm excited.
Mike Lee. Regina Stefanik.
Ooh, kitties.
Nicolette Mahalka. Brian Evans. Eric Butt. Kingston Lorenzo. Tim Matthews. Liv Nava. Trenier Cole. Brad Fachot.
Yeah, I was godlike.
Brian Arvizo.
What's up, Nako?
Cam Lynch. James Bolvin. Ruben Perez.
We got
and
fucking
Chris
a long time to wait
Those are
still.
your birthday shout-outs for this week. Fun stream. I
Yes.
probably said it was shorter. It probably wasn't that much shorter in
No.
the end. But we want to get in here and show you some characters. We'll be back very soon to show you more, hopefully. But before we go, I think we have a fight from QA.
We do.
We would love
Yes.
to
This
show you
will
this
be
week.
a fun one.
It's going to be a really cool one. So we'll show you that.
Let me guess. Somebody's using Kung Lao.
Yeah.
Oh no, Shao Kahn versus Baraka. Okay.
General and Baraka. This is no nuance needed.
No, these are two monster brawler guys. They love to fight. They're nasty.
Striker
So we got
cameo.
Baraka with
Okay.
Striker
Who Shao Kahn got?
Use the blades in the ground.
Okay,
3
Motaro.
yard blades. Awesome.
and Shao with Motaro. I have no idea why Striker would be working with Baraka, but you don't always have to follow the lore.
Dang, his combos are nice.
Ooh,
Big whiff.
whiffs that overhead.
Dang, it's so fast.
Let's see if
Dang,
Shao
this looks so
can-
brutal.
Nope, switches sides.
Now you can with that move choose which way you want to go.
Right.
Overhead.
Oh, big stab, shish kebab. Back to flaming neutral.
That big jump stop.
Dang.
Stop with Baraka does is very fun.
Yes. Oh, this is gonna be big.
Notice how he had
Ooh, was that a low?
with a pop up without the axe in his hand, without aiming.
Forgot
I wonder why
to
16-bit
block
like strikers
second part
fatal
of that
blow so
fatal
much.
Blow, the low, that's tricky. Paid for it.
Wait, did he break off a knife and then make another one?
Alright, let's see. One way to look at it is at least Baraka no longer has his
That teleport's so quick.
good jump attack.
Fishing for some throw that got him punished.
Yeah, that grenade ambush assist is hella good.
Big break.
Hits in the air and on the ground.
Leaves some damage.
That assist is good.
I love the knee breakers, just the big hind kick. It's so exciting to see Motaro back. You know, he's a character that makes very, very few appearances. Like, I've always wanted him back. Very exciting.
Ooh. You saw earlier he did the back two twice, but he will do it again.
Yes. Sometimes you gotta do it again. The no mix up, mix up.
Dang, that combos. I mean, that assist is really good.
Big overhead.
Very quick overhead with the axis in the ground.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. There could be matchups where it's better to not use your axe as much, have axeless be the main way you fight if they're a faster character, maybe like a Kang or something.
This game's so fast, man. I love it.
Breaker, they take 3 bars in this game, and I think one thing a lot of people forget is your cameo has to be available.
And notice when he breaks right in, right before power strike, his axe is staying to the ground.
This is a close one. Oh, really good punish. Gets the turn
See,
out.
look how good that
Nice.
assist is, man. Even though it's a summon, it stays out so
What
long.
he's gonna do?
Like, Motaro's easily a top tier assist. Oh shit.
Looks dangerous for Baraka.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Well, that didn't
Damn.
go well for Baraka.
Melted.
That's a bummer.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. We'd love to hear what you think on Twitter, what you think
Yeah.
of the characters and whatnot. For myself and Stephanie, We will see you next time on the Kombat Cast.
Thank you for watching. Clap.